Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Thursday, July 30th. Another fantastic day in the market. We finally got our decision on this rectangle formation, and the breakout or the move was to the upside. As you remember, I told you that typically this rectangle formation is pretty bullish and more times than not breaks out to the upside. We were able to hold 9K. Today we had decent earnings news, and of course, an unexpected drop in jobless claims, and that's all they needed to jam the market higher. Nice little rally up here, uh, up what 150 plus points. Late in the day, we saw a pretty sharp sell off, but that was pretty much profit taking and market makers and brokers shaking the tree ahead of tomorrow's GDP report. Everyone running, going, the report's going to suck, and blah, 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 and pretty easy to shake traders out after the kind of move that we had. GDP report tomorrow. Expectations are for a contraction of 1.5% or thereabouts. Any number that's better than that will be used as an excuse to rally the market back up. And I think the number probably is going to be better than that. So let's see where we stand there. Daily chart still in this bearish rising wedge. Support right now is at 9K. If we break 9K, we're going to see a retest of the 20-day exponential that is at 8,800. It goes without saying that the market is overbought here, but it does not mean we can't go higher over the next few days or next couple of weeks before we begin our, annual sell-off in September and October. Let's jump into stock plays. CVM stock trading alert yesterday around 42 cents, hit 59 cents shortly after the open today for a very nice gain. As mentioned in the alert, booked 3/4 gains on moves like this. Fat little gain, can't argue with that over the course of a couple of days. Stock trades on Scamex. That's my name for the MX index because it's a scam in my opinion. But as is the case on Scamex stocks, towards the close, no volume. They dropped it down to reload inventory. That's what happens on Amex stocks. But irregardless, we'll be surprised if we don't see this one at least try to make another bounce back into the 50s tomorrow. CPST late trading day alert on this one. Stock's been trying to break out over the last couple of days. Last 20-30 minutes of the session, this one had very big volume. Big buyer came in, started gobbling up shares left and right. Was able to break that high we saw on Monday, and there is little chart resistance on this one now till the 120, 125 area, and I would be very surprised if we don't see this one have a very nice gap up tomorrow. Indicators look pretty good for some follow through to the upside. On that note, of course, BCON likes to run in tandem with CPST. This one we got into last week and then got a very nice scalp out of it on Monday. Was trading in the 85 to 90 cent plus area, has retraced nicely. If Capstone is going to break out tomorrow, traders will find BCON. I'm going to be looking for another move back to the 80 cent plus area on this play. FTWR, another tech stock, has been consolidating nicely over the last month. Earnings next week. We got a nice little tight triangle here that, in my opinion, is going to break out to the upside. We should see at least a move to 55 cents on this one over the next couple of days. RSI is about to break 50. Stochastics, we had that big spike on the last move. On a setup like this, with the way everything else is shaping up, I would expect RSI to bounce sharply off 50, probably tomorrow or Monday at the latest. NEXM, this is our biotech play. As I mentioned in the alert, we picked up some more shares today. Stock's been treading water since it tried to break out last week. This is typical for this stock. Got shook right at the end of the day, as traders watched the indices instead of watching their stock plays, and easily got shook out. Very strong support at 17 cents here. Breakout is 21.5 cents, and target is a move to 27 to 30 cents. We had a positive MACD. We haven't yet had our move on that positive MACD. And stochastics have broken this downtrend line that's been in place since the highs when the stock went to 55 or 52 cents. So this one looks very coiled in the near term. LTXC, one I mentioned, like a slew of other stocks that used to trade in the $2 to $3 area, fell back down below $1, and now all those stocks like UTSI, OPWV have again run back to the previous highs, and we're starting to see the laggard stocks like LTXC do the same. Broke out of a cup and handle formation today on very nice volume. As mentioned in the alert, there is really zero chart resistance on this stock. We've got minor resistance at $1.25, but no real resistance to $1.60 on this one. So, we see this one break one, and it'll be off to the races here. NWD or NVW, NVD, sorry, Novodel Pharma, MX Biotech Play. These guys, or this stock has a habit, as you can see, of spiking to 40 cents every week or two. They did a financing package with Seaside. These are the same guys that gave BCON financing, and as part of the financing, the stock price has to be at least 25 cents every 2 weeks in order for them to do a financing for 3 days, which, given the prices here over the last week or so, if they're going to do that financing, this stock has to jam over the next couple of days. So got a nice little pop here to 31 cents. We had some scalpers into the close just watching the market, but the chart looks very good here, and no reason why we can't see it move to 35 to 40 cents on this one tomorrow. We got a positive MACD cross, very strong ADX cross, and stochastics are coming out of the basement and up through 20, and that typically is a buying signal, especially for these small cap stocks. Last but not least, we've got PRVT. Newspaper stocks like MNI and LEE have been on fire, with an expectation of a rebound in advertising sales along with their, products. Periodical stocks are starting to get a nice move. These guys sell porn magazines, among other things. Chart looks ready to break out here. We've got a triple top breakout at 88 cents and no resistance until we get to the 200-day moving average at $1.10 to $1.15. But chart looks very good. Nice volume spike in this one, and for a small little play here, could give some decent upside in the near term. So that's it for the video tonight. We should see some nice upside tomorrow in CPST and BCON, and of course, the GDP report tomorrow. If we see anything better, under a 1% contraction, it'll be off to the races. I'd be very surprised if we don't see a better than expected number tomorrow. The late day sell off today wasn't really in a whole lot of volume, and looks like a setup for the brokers to grab cheap inventory to scalp a gap up tomorrow. So let's see what happens, and that's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.